latest in television technology. We're building tomorrow's memories today, right here on NBC.
Today on NBC, milestone-minded Reggie Jackson leads the front-running California Angels into County Stadium to battle the Milwaukee Brewers. Some of you will see the resilient all-star Dale Murphy lead the Atlanta Braves into Veterans Stadium to face Mike Schmidt and his Philadelphia Phillies. Then it's fourth-round coverage of golf's richest tournament, the Panasonic Las Vegas Invitational. But first, NBC Sports presents Major League Baseball, an inside look brought to you by Krylon Spray Paint for the smooth, fast, professional finish, and by Metropolitan Life, an affiliated company. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Marv Albert in New York. Now, most of you will be seeing the Western-leading California Angels go up against the Milwaukee Brewers. Some of you will be seeing the Phillies and the Braves from Philadelphia. But coming up on the pregame, we'll be visiting with two of the hot players in baseball, Kirby Puckett and Reggie Jackson. Also, a look back at the wild and wacky in the world of sports over the past month, what we call the Albert Achievement Awards. But first, a look back at what took place this week, opening with the ball game last night in Detroit. Very first pitch, Kirby Puckett of the Twins continuing that unlikely power display, coming through with his 10th home run of the year. That's tops in the majors. Jack Morris continues to give up the gopher ball. In Chicago last night, on seat cushion night, Reed Nichols of the White Sox hit what appeared to be a home run, but fan interference was ruled and Nichols was called out. White Sox fans did not appreciate the call. Here come the seat cushions on seat cushion night in Chicago. Fortunately, it was not ball, bat, or helmet night. Last Tuesday in New York, the Yankees' Ed Whitson had another rough outing, this time in relief, as he went 3 1/3, gave up 5 runs, did pick up the victory, and did hear the cheers from the home crowd. But manager Lou Piniella had seen enough, and he replaced him in the 9th inning. And then yesterday, in a curious development, Whitson was placed on the 15-day disabled list for what the Yankees labeled bruised ribs. In Atlanta, last Tuesday, off this drive by Keith Hernandez, Dale Murphy of the Braves cut his hand on the outfield wall, requiring 9 stitches, and was expected to be out for a week, putting his consecutive game streak on the line. But the next night, Murphy pinch hit against the Mets' Dwight Gooden, and he came through with his first ever hit against Gooden, hitting it out to keep his streak alive. 676 straight games, most by an active player. And this a week that also saw Roger Clemens of the Red Sox benefiting from an error by first baseman Don Baylor, who hasn't played there since 1983 and shows the effects. That missed pop-up allowed Clemens to strike out Seattle's Gorman Thomas on the way to a 20 strikeout performance, a major league record for a 9-inning game. Steve Carlton, Tom Seaver, and Nolan Ryan shared the mark at 19 Ks. The 23-year-old Clemens also registered 8 consecutive strikeouts, tying an American League record, while pitching a 3-hitter to raise his record to 4-0.
Like I said, that 9th inning, you know, it was all on adrenaline, and I just went out there and got it. And it's a great thrill. Probably won't sink in until tomorrow.
And the adrenaline has been pumping for Kirby Puckett of the Minnesota Twins, who has been on fire. Now, Kirby goes 5'8", maybe, 175 pounds, hit only 4 home runs his first 2 years in the major leagues, but with a home run last night, he now has 10, and that is tops in the majors. Now, Kirby is with us from Detroit via our NBC affiliate, WDIV television. Kirby, do you realize at this pace over the 162-game schedule, you will hit close to 70 home runs? How do you explain it? You were a slap hitter before this season.
Well, yes, I was, Marv. I was just going out and just hitting the ball hard somewhere. That's what Tony Oliva told me to do. So I didn't do anything but work hard on it in spring training, and they told me to get close to the plate and try to pull the ball a little bit more, and it's working out for me.
All right, Kirby, this past Wednesday against the Yankees at the stadium, you hit a shot that carried clear over the monuments. Tremendous home run. We're taking a look at it right now. You'll see Ricky Henderson and Ken Griffey look at each other in disbelief. Now, what went through your mind seeing this newfound enormous power?
Well, I really don't know what went through my mind, Marv. It was just that you know, I was there in the box, and the count was 3-2, and Negro threw me a knee-high fastball, and I know I hit it well. I didn't know I hit it that well, though. It just took off there. That's a big stadium, and all I try to do is just hit the ball hard.
Do you feel the ball is livelier? Now, the people at Rawlings who supply the baseballs say no, but look at these figures for the month of April. Nearly 100 more home runs have been hit as compared to a year ago.
Oh, I really don't know. Whatever they're doing, I hope they keep doing it so we can keep doing the job that we're doing, but I don't think so. I think they're the same. It's just that people are hitting the ball hard right now, and you can't really blame it on the balls.
Are you getting any kidding from your teammates concerning this newfound power?
Yeah, they have all kinds of nicknames for me, but I don't pay any attention to them. They just joking me, but I think they're happy to see me doing well, and hopefully I can continue throughout the season.
What kind of nicknames? What are they calling you?
Oh, Hank Aaron. They call me some of everything. They really blowing it out of proportion, Marv.
All right, Kirby, continued success. Whatever you're doing, you should try to package it. We'll be back with a man somewhat more accustomed to the role of home run hitter. I'll be talking with Reggie Jackson right after these words.
The National League plays real baseball. Down with the designated hitter. The American League uses the DH. The Boston Red Sox are in the American League. Babe Ruth was a pitcher with the Red Sox. He hit so well, they turned him into an outfielder. If they had the DH, we'd never have discovered what a great hitter he was. The DH would have robbed baseball of its greatest hero. There would have been no Babe Ruth. We would all be eating nothing but O'Henrys. Down with the designated hitter. Dump the DH. Let's play real baseball.
Nice curtains. Was that Gene's apartment? Well, Gene Shalit, not a fan of the designated hitter, and at times Reggie Jackson hasn't been a fan of the DH, but it has been working for Mr. October, who has emerged as Mr. April in 1986, hitting .407, leading the majors in hitting. He has 5 home runs on the season. Reggie is with us from Milwaukee, where later on here on NBC, it'll be the Angels going against the Brewers. Reggie, how do you explain this kind of start? Age of 39, going on 40, and usually you have not been a fast starter.
Well, I'm sure glad, Marv, that you didn't talk to me a couple of weeks from now, because you wouldn't be able to say 39, and I think we could probably leave Mr. April to a man in Minnesota by the name of Kirby Puckett. But I guess putting all that aside, just a good start is something I really can't explain unless I want to say that God's got my head in the right frame of mind. And then after that, I would say just a heck of a lot of hard work and some good fortune. Over the winter, you were talking of a possible return to the Yankees. Could you and George handle a second go-around? Well, again, Marv, you know, whether Reggie Jackson was talking about a reunion with the Yankees, these things happen as a reaction. The Angels had talked about Reggie not fitting in their plans. And however that went, whether it was, you know, positive or negative, it was something that did go on. So there was some suggestion, would you return to the Yankees? Well, when you get to be 39, 40 years of age, I don't think you get to pick where you want to go anymore. I think you have to go places where you're wanted. And my statement was, if I was wanted in New York, be it with the Mets or with the Yankees or whatever it is, or with the San Francisco Giants, as that was the case this spring, you have to go where you're wanted when you get a certain age, because, you know, I don't deal the cards anymore. I'm now just a player. All right, you made some strong statements last week pointing out that the Minnesota Twins don't have enough black players, in your opinion. They do have 2 on the roster. Do you feel, on the part of the Twins, this is by design or by circumstance? Well, I don't think it's by design. I don't know that it's by stance or whatever it is, or circumstances, you say, and I don't blame the owners or whatever. There comes a time in a man's career. I'm 40 years of age. I will be in a couple of weeks. Obviously, I'm black. We don't have to discuss that one or debate it. It's pretty obvious. And I think as far as Reggie Jackson's contribution to the black community, if I can make a statement, make one that does make sense, and make one that does bring light to effect or make people notice it, whether it's Commissioner, whether it's Jesse Jackson, or whether who it is. The Minnesota Twins players had mentioned it to me when they were in Anaheim. Believe me, I had not even noticed it that much. But I felt as though a black player with 19 years of big league service, with the things that I've accomplished in the game, that for me, I owe something to the black community. I owe something to the major leagues. I owe something to baseball. I don't set myself up as a Jackie Robinson, but I wanted to bring light of it. I wanted to bring it to the forefront, to continue to beat it, Marv, and to mention that they should do this, they should do that, I think would be defeating the statement. I made the statement, let's let it pass. People know about it, and I brought attention to it. That's what I meant to do.
Well, it certainly did receive the attention. Reggie, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, many of you will be seeing Reggie and his California Angels going up against Milwaukee here on NBC. And we'll return with baseball's wild and wacky over the past month, right after these words. Every month on the baseball pregame show, we'll take a look back at the wild, the wacky, and the outstanding of the world of baseball over the previous 4 weeks, what we call the Albert Achievement Awards, as always compiled by our crack staff. And we open up with embarrassing moments. A blunder by Kansas City first baseman Steve Balboni. Thought this double play ended the inning, but only 2 were out. Balboni tossed the ball aside, allowing a run to score. Watch this drive off the bat of Larry Sheets. Carlton Fisk in left field. Nice play, Carlton. Cardinals with some problems. Wild throw. Keith Hernandez of the Mets makes the turn. The St. Louis catcher Mike Heath thought he heard footsteps, but Hernandez did not go. Here's Howard Johnson of the Mets going down the line, base hit. Fair ball, but watch the ball girl. Should have let it go. It cost the Mets a run, and the ball girl would like to disappear. An active month for pitchers. Joel Skinner of the White Sox with the shot. Bruce Hurst of the Red Sox still looking for the baseball. Dale Murphy of Atlanta with a shot right at John Denny. Now watch this high pop fly. It is way up there, way up. It hit the speaker on the roof of the Kingdom, but Milt Wilcox makes the catch and throws to Steve Yeager to double up the runner. Here's one right back to the mound. Shane Rawley of the Phils does it behind the back to the unorthodox Willie Wilson of the Kansas City Royals, smacking it to right field. Dwight Evans of Boston with a bobble catch and holds on. On the pop-up, it is off the glove of Rafael Santana, deflecting to George Foster. Now, this is not the sliding form that Dwight Evans has been working on, but he is safe. And we close with some great plays. Tony Gwynn of the Padres sending it deep center field. Eric Davis of the Reds goes to the wall. Here is Dusty Baker with a shot. Dick Schofield of the Angels throwing a ground ball, but does the job. And Claudel Washington with the lunging catch of the month. So there you have it, the Albert Achievement Awards for the past month. Just ahead, Vin and Joe, Bob and Tony, ready to bring you the Angels and the Brewers, or the Phillies and the Braves. Hope you stay with us. I'm Marv Albert in New York. Let's head to the ballpark.